Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today, I thought we would make a little flip, or a little waterfall, I guess you would call it, with some pictures. Now, if you're like me, over the holidays, you take tons and tons of pictures. Well, I not only took tons and tons of pictures, but I had tons and tons of pictures from Thanksgiving through Christmas. And I had the opportunity to take some time off through the Christmas holiday to spend it with family and kind of relax. And I needed that time off. So thank you for obliging me with that time. I got to spend several days with my grandson, and oh my gosh, I had so much fun with him. He's crawling and trying to walk and trying to talk a little bit. And, he recognizes people. So when we walk in the room, and I call him Pumpkin Puss. So when I walk in the room and I call him my little Pumpkin Puss, he just gets this big bright grin on his face, and he charges over on those hands and knees. Honestly, I don't know how babies do it on hands and knees, but off he comes, and next thing I know, he's got me on his play mat, and we're playing, and oh, I just adore the boy. So I decided yesterday that I wanted to print off some of the pictures that I had taken from Thanksgiving through Christmas. And I have a little selfie printer that I can print, pictures at home. So I took the time to print some. And I'm going to show you how I want to lay them out on this page. Now, this is one of the books that we started last year. And this is the one thing I like about, not completing the journal, is I can always come back and add to it. Now, this is what we called my grandma journal. And the playlist is down below, and I'll link it in this video for you. You can see how we made it. It's made with a paper bag, and all the videos will be there so you can see them. And you can also see how we made this. And I absolutely love it because it lays flat. So it makes things a lot easier to work in. We actually made 2 of them. And I've been planning, also during my time off, a new journal. And I cannot wait till the paper comes so that we can make it. And it's going to be a tall journal made with the same way with paper. And I can't wait. I have such a really cool technique that I want to show you guys with the paper. So let's get started here. So I have some strips of fabric, black, and it's kind of a black and gray fabric that goes kind of nice with this here. Now, if I don't like it, I also have some paper next to me that we can use. Plus, my fabric drawer is open. That we can cut some more pieces of fabric, or we can use some sari silk, and that's right here at my right hand. So let me show you what we're going to do. So my paper, I think it's 7 inches tall, maybe 8. It is 8.5 inches tall, and my pictures are 5 by 7s. These are 5 by 7s. Now, this is me and my husband taking Christmas Day, and that's me and my niece, so you'll get to see a few of my pictures. Now, I'm not going to use all of these. That's my daughter-in-law, and that's my grandson. They took him to see the Christmas lights, and oh my gosh, he was just fascinated. Now, that's PJ and Baxter. That's Baxter when he was a puppy. He was just barely a month old. And that's my son. And that's me with my 2 sisters about 5 years ago. So we're going to see what all we can manage to get on this page here. Now, like I said, I want them to flip up like this. Okay? So I want to see how many I can lay underneath here like this and flip up. So I don't know how many will work. So I just need to kind of I might be able to get them all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I can get them all even if I spread them out a little bit more. Okay, so I want this one so that it's not all the way at the bottom, but right there. And then I want that one there. So I don't think I have enough fabric torn. So I might have to make my spacing smaller. Okay, let me go on and get the... Yeah, I don't have enough black fabric here. So I have 4 pieces of fabric. And 4, 3, and I have 6 of those. So let's see what other fabric or... Okay, that one's not wide enough. Now I do have enough of this blue. Now we can always find another... Oh goodness. I can always find another page. It doesn't have to go on that page. Oh, it might look nice on this page, have 3 and 3. Oh, let's maybe do that. Let's do 3 and 3. I think, yeah, let's do that. And this is plenty of fabric here. Oh, that one's already torn. Let's do that. Okay, so let me cut the width here. And I think I want to use the glue stick on these. Now, if you don't have fabric, you could always use a paper. You could use, it's sitting right in front of me, washi tape. You know, you could use anything you wanted on them. So let's figure out how we want them on these 2 pages. So I think I want these guys on the bottom. And I think I want these on the bottom. So let's make sure they're going to be even here. So let's go up 1/4 of an inch. From the bottom. Come on. Good gravy. Okay. Now I'm going to try and put this about halfway. Oops, get back over here. Let's make sure we got half and half. Move up a little bit more. There we go. Now, I want to come up 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. I think my glue is really cold. Because it is not feeling like sticky glue at all. So I might have to come back and put some more glue on it. Okay, so there's that one. Now, to make sure my other side is the same, I'm just going to make a little tiny mark here with my pencil so I can see it. Okay, let's go on and put a little bit more glue over here. Okay, that's doing better. That's doing better. Now, let's cut a piece for this one. This is my sister Debbie and my sister Karen. It was her birthday. So we had a surprise party for her. Even though I think she really knew we were having the party. She was the surprise. She didn't know she was coming. She and her husband. They kind of snuck in on her. That was fun because I had to hide him in the guest room. And then they snuck out, about scared her to death. Okay. Okay. Oops, pulled it right off. Now, one thing I'm finding here is my fingers are getting sticky. Okay. Whoops-a-doodles. That's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Oh, for goodness sakes. My fingers are so sticky, it's coming off. Okay, let's try this again. Shall we? You'd think I've had all this rest and... There we go. I'd be a little more coordinated, huh? Let's move that out of the way. See if I can do it better this way. There we go. Good gracious. Okay, so what'll happen is these will flip up like this. Now you could actually just glue your bottom one completely down if you wanted. Since, you know, it's on the bottom. And make it a pocket coming out that way, which I might do. Now over here, I'm going to put this one. And then over here, I'm going to put this one. Now you really have to do your spacing because your top one you want to leave some space at the top. Like that. So make sure you can see this. So you want to make sure these are evenly spaced, and you want to leave roughly the same amount of space at the top as you have at the bottom, and you want to leave your edges, make sure your edges are lined up. So over here and over here, I'm doing the same. So I need to cut my fabric to go across this piece. Okay, so that's a little piece, so that'll go up in my diddly bop drawer up there. Oops, folded the corner under, so let's unfold that. Okay. This is my niece Casey. She has a wedding photography business. Okay, so now I need to make sure so I know that those are where I want them. Right there. Okay, now let's get that straight before we squish it down. Okay. Now we're going to do this side. Now, Now, since I don't need to pull that whole strip there, I'm just going to measure here. And then cut my strips. Okay, there's one. Then I need 2 more. Now I have information written on the back of the pictures so that I can remember the information of the year and things like that. So you can do that either on the page or on the back of the picture, whichever best suits you. That way you have what you need. Come on. There we go. Now we're scribbly. All right, come on, get off of it. Okay, so now we're going to do that one. Now, the reason I'm going back and forth is so I can keep them even. I want to keep the pictures even going across. Okay. Come on. So, did you guys have a good holiday? Did you enjoy yourself? Get to spend time with family? Get to do some relaxing? Did you get to go outside any? I haven't really gotten too much go outside, except a little bit this morning with Baxter. It has been horribly, horribly cold here. And we've gotten 10 inches of snow so far. Oops. So it's done for a little while. Oops. Come on, straighten up. So that's good. So the 10 inches will stay. Today is in the 20s. And it's going to stay that way. Our nighttime temps are really, really cold. And our daytimes are in the 20s. Now, I think when I looked at the forecast, it's actually supposed to warm up for next week. We're actually supposed to be in the 30s. Woohoo! We're going to be in the 30s. That is exciting. Okay, so far, it's going to flip like this. So I've got to flip like that, a flip like that, and a flip like that. So far, I'm a flipping. And possibly by next weekend, they're saying, the first weekend in January. Well, no, that's not right. Second weekend in January. It's going to be in the 40s. So that's exciting. Yeah, that was exciting news. Okay, so now I've got threads I'm gluing to my fingers. Okay. Okay. Now the top one, as well as keeping it straight, I'm going to put it right under those words. And I know that that'll take care of that one. So I'm going to do the same over here. Okay. No, that can stay there for a minute. Sorry, honey, it's got to go right over the top of your little head. Oops. Yep, so this year, 2026, is it's going to be a big year for us here in our household. We have all kinds of fun things happening. My grandson turns a year old. My son has a big birthday. There are big birthdays happening all through our family. There we go. We've got people retiring, people doing all kinds of stuff all year long. So it's going to be a fun year. I've got big plans for you guys, making some fun journals. And I cannot wait until Tuesday to show you that one. Okay, so let me show you how this turns out. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I know, I had to cover up my husband's head. He'll be all right. It'll keep his head warm. Okay, so this can go up. Okay, there's that thread. Let me snip that thread off there. And then this flips up. Now, if I wanted to add another one, I could add another one under here, you know, a smaller one. I could add a pocket, or I could glue this down here and here and make that a pocket over there. But these need to dry before I do anything else. So over here, this flips up, this one flips up, and the same thing over here. Okay, so now you have some pictures in your journal that can stay there. Now let's take a quick little glance through here. Now you can add, let's add some more pockets in here, because I have tons of other pictures and some tags that I want to add some little pictures to. So let's see here. I think I want to use that paper. Oh, I want to pull this paper out because it matches our little spring album we've been working on. And I want to use I think I want to use that paper. Okay, so let's see, we just put our pictures in the very center. So I think I want to go back here. Yeah, on this page here. I think I like that better on there. Or, no, I think I do like that better. Okay, Now, I want to use some of these little envelopes. So that means I need to cover my little envelopes. All right, so let me get my little envelopes out here. Let me move this back here. Now, let me trim this paper. Let me put my fabric away here. Got it upside down. So for Christmas, do you guys get any, do you ask for craft supplies for Christmas, or do you save that for your birthday? Do you guys have, you know, like a method to your madness of Christmas supplies? Like, I didn't get Christmas supplies for Christmas. Wait a minute. I didn't get, that didn't come out right, did it? I didn't get, didn't get craft supplies for Christmas. Good heavens, I can't talk today. I didn't get craft supplies for Christmas. But I did get this really cool frame for Christmas. Okay, so for this one, I want to cover this little envelope here. Now, this is going to be a flippity, floppity, flappity envelope. Now, I need to find the bigger one that I had. So let me find it here. Let me find it. Okay, maybe I put it up before we left for our little break. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me get it back out. Hold on a second. Okay, so we're just going to use this envelope because I can't seem to find the one I had out. Okay, so I just have a regular, you know, return business envelope. And I want to go on and cover this one. Now, where did my... And I'm just going to use glue stick on it. And I'm not going to worry about the flaps because they're all going to be... Okay, so this envelope is going to go here, and it's going to go around like this. This envelope is going to go, this way around here. Now, this will get cut off, and this flap is going to get cut off when we cut this. So let's go on and cut this in half. There we go. So we don't need this, but we do need this to be straight. Okay. So now we have this. And we have this that is also straight. And we're going to use this part of it. So this, let me get a hold of the end of it. We'll have, I need to make sure I have this going the right way. We'll have this around it. Goes this way. This will open this way, that way. Oops, I got it upside down. Goes this way. So it's going to open that way, and then it's all going to sit on top of this. Like this. It's going to sit here. Oops. Like that. And I might, instead, I might put that flap around there so that it's attached and have it go up. Yeah, like that. I think I want it like that better. There's going to be a tag that comes into the bottom. Here we go. Then when this opens, we're going to cut this a little bit deeper so you can get in and out of it better. This is already cut deep enough. This will be covered. Okay. And then you'll have this one here that will also have a bigger one here and here. Okay, so let's start covering, but we got to make sure that we leave our flaps and the back open. Okay. Now, this piece might be big enough to do this instead of wasting it on this little one. And I think it is. So let's just use it on this big one. Let's use it on here instead of wasting it on that little one. We can use it on that little one too. Okay. Let's see. I think it goes this way. And I actually think I'm going to leave a little bit of it up because I might decide I want to give it a little fold. I'll trim it there if I need to. Okay, there's one. Okay, the back of this then we'll use over here. I don't think this doesn't have a direction, so we're good. Now, I didn't cover the back of these yet because I'm not sure exactly how these are going to sit. So I want to wait, and if I attach them to something else, then I'm not going to worry about the back. Okay, there's that one. So now we have this one. I don't like that, and I don't like that. Now, let's get our paper out of here and see what other paper we have for that little tiny envelope. No, that's a full playing card. What's over there? There's some of that green. Now we could add some green to it for there. Now, what else is, that's that turquoise green, isn't it? All right, let's get some of that turquoise green. Let's get some of that turquoise green here. All right, that's not turquoise green, that's dark green. I know we have that turquoise green. Well, how come I'm not seeing it? All right, let me get the paper pad and get that turquoise green out. This turquoise green. Hold on a second. Okay, I found this piece, and I really like that piece. So I think we're going to go with that. It's got all the colors in it, and I think that's appropriate for a little envelope. So we're going to go with this one. Yeah, this page just came out of the pad, and you can tell. Of course, envelopes aren't always straight either, so I'm gonna cut it this way so I can trim it a little easier. Now we'll put that in our folder. Now let's trim this down. Okay, now I want to take my little scissors here and I want to open this up a little bit. Because anything we put in it, it's going to be really difficult to get out. So we're going to open it up just a little bit. Okay, it's still covered, so that's good. Now, let's ink this up a little bit. Don't want green, don't want black. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Now I'm just doing it lightly here. There we go. Now, over the holidays, you know, in my feeds, I started getting the Monks Walk for Peace. Have you guys started getting that in your feeds? Have you started watching it? I got to give it to them. They're very I don't know if I could do that. 2,300 miles. Golly. That is a long distance to walk. But the crowds that they're drawing and promoting peace and, you know, people getting along, they're doing what they wanted to do. So for that, okay, we don't need that. For doing something like that, I think that's fabulous. And I hope people remember that feeling of, you know, peace and friendship. Okay, we wanted to keep that part. As we go into 2026 a little bit more. So do you guys have a word of the year, or do you have something like that that you do every year? I don't necessarily have a word of the year that I do. I try to do something that that keeps me focused for the year. And I think this year I am going to do mindfulness. So let's see how these pieces look on here. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all. I think I want something a little more neutral. I think I want these black flowers here. Yeah, there they are right there. Now there's also there's not really any. Yellow doesn't really do it, does it? And that peach with the gold just isn't doing it. I do like the black, but that black on the with the pattern just isn't gonna happen for me. No, that one's not gonna do it. Now here's some in this one that might. These are some of the papers that we're using in our other journal. And this is two-sided, so I'm wondering if there might be some turquoise or maybe some of that gold color. Now that one has some of the gold in it. Now I like this dark color. Oh, I like it in that color too. And I don't mind doing those. And it kind of pops out those ones there. Let's see about that. No, too busy. Too busy. I think just those little polka dots will do. Just little polka dots. It kind of brings out the polka dots on the other pattern. Alrighty. Okay. Get over there, you guys. Alright, so we're going to cover this piece. So let me trim off the top here. Okay. Now, let me remind myself how this is going to go. So I do think I want... Okay. So this, I want it to come out the bottom. So this needs glued closed. Okay. That gets glued closed. So our tag will come out the bottom here. And I do think I want this to go over the top. Like that. Yeah, see, I think I've changed my mind on this. And I want this one here. And maybe this one here. But that can't go there unless it goes all the way to the edge. Or it could go here. Or it could go here. It could go there. That could go there. That could go there. Oh, now this might be interesting. And then all that can get glued down. Oh, now let's look at this. So that goes like that. So this is going to get glued shut here because it's going to come out the bottom. Flip up. Flip out. So once we get this covered, we could even put it down here. Ooh, I like that even better. All right, so let's glue this closed before we do anything else. Is it that one? Oh, no, it's this one. Because I want this one to come out at the bottom. Okay. Right there. Oops. All right, so this needs to go on here, and this is going to go down to the bottom. Come here, you. So this is going to go here. You know what? This side might be easier to cover and just have that down. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What is on there? Oh. Okay. Now, we're going to come back and decorate these, so don't get your panties in a twist. Okay, so the back of this, yeah, that gets glued down. Where's this one? Here. Where is it? Make sure we can reach it. Okay. Now, I don't think I want to cover it, but I do want to stamp it. Do we want to stamp it with this? Yes, I do. I want to stamp it with this. Ooh, everything is so cold. And I just want to go like that with it. Yeah, just like that. Nothing else. And then this one, I want to do the same thing, except I want it to go that way. Just like that. There. And then those will all be decorated with something on them. Okay. Now, this, where's my bottom? Okay. Okay, so I'm just inking around this before everything gets attached to it. And this needs a little bit of glue here in the corner. Come on. I know you're cold, so that's okay. Come on. You can do it. There you go. That's a good girl. There we go. You know, when glue's cold, it can be so stubborn. Okay, so we want that one. That one. So let's go on and glue this part. Like that. Now, let's make sure I'm doing this the right way. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, I want this kind of in the middle. Like that. So now I've got that. And I've got that. And then this one, I want right here. And it's also going to go right here at the bottom. Whoops. Sorry about that. And it needs a little, hey, here I am. Okay. And it I want to be able to see them. It's going to go just like that. So I'm going to put that. Now I'm also going to put a piece of washi over this piece back here. So let's grab a wide piece of washi that we can put back here. Now, the reason that I'm doing that, let me find a big piece here. Here. The reason I'm doing that is, oh, come on, get off of there, is because that is so narrow. Now, I know it's going to get glued down. I know that. But I want to make sure that it has plenty of sticky space. You know, that it's going to stay there. So I'm just going to run some glue right there. And just to give it a little extra oomph in its stickiness, I am putting that. And of course I've lost my, here it is. I want to make sure that it's stuck really well. Okay, so we've got that one, and we've got that one, and we've got that one, and we've got that one. Okay, let's move that. Let's put that away. Now, this is going to sit to give us room for everything. We're going to put that right there. Now, I'm going to use this. Oops, I gooped it right off of there. Now, you can keep building your little flippies like this. And you can just keep putting layers and layers and layers of them. I love building little flippies like this. I even like wrapping them around pages. I like, you know, I just like putting them all over the place. Okay, so now from the back side, from this side, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go over it and make sure that it's stuck down. Like that. Now I'm not going to put anything in it yet because I want them to dry and I'm not ready to put tags or anything in it. But when we do, it will be ready. Here we go. So here it is on the page. We've got this one. We can put a tag right there. We've got a smaller one. We can put a tag right here. And then we've got this little one. We can put something in here. We can put all kinds of little goodies in there. And then we've got this one. We can put something bigger in here, a bigger tag. And all the little yummies will stick out the bottom. Like that. Now, if you wanted, you could even glue it so that it, you know, like this, you know, so that this was here. You could even have a pocket on the side. You could add an additional pocket at the top. You could glue this down any way you wanted so that you were able to add additional pockets if you wanted. So that is completely up to you. You can just keep adding pockets and pockets on these things. And sometimes that's what I do because I just love pockets. So there we go. I want to thank you guys for joining me today and playing in my grandma's journal. We haven't got to do that in such a long time, and it's been so much fun. I have a couple of other fun videos planned for this week. So let me show you what we've done today. We've done this fun little flip out that we still have to decorate. And then back here in signature 2, let me find it here, right smack dab in the center of the book, we did this little flip up with some of my family pictures that I got printed. Oh, yep, it's not dry yet, so I'm going to have to make sure I leave the book open to dry. That I printed with my little selfie printer. Oh, that's why. It's got some glue on the back. So, now, whenever you have pictures or anything like that in your book, personal pictures, you want to make sure that you don't have any glue on the back or on the front of your picture so that they stick to each other. There we go. And I had some glue on my fingers, so I need to make sure. There we go. So there are my boys right there. Well, now I'm just down to Baxter. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today here at the Ladybug Journals. It's been so much fun creating with you and having some fun after a nice little break. And I hope you come back and join me again and have some more fun. And I have a couple of more videos planned that I'll be doing this week. That'll be coming out next week. And I can't wait to share them with you. So until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.